Welcome. If you're here, say hello. Give me just a couple minutes to get set up and we will get started. All right, if you're here, just say hello so I know my chat is working. And all right, hey Debbie, welcome. Welcome. Oh my gosh, how's everyone doing? Hi, Crystal. My peeps are coming in and saying hello. Hello, Sherry, Oddity, welcome. Bonnie's playlist, welcome. Tisda Brat and Laura, Irene, Christine, welcome. Freezing. Oh, that's what I've been hearing. I mean, it's cold here, but you know how we talk about California, not like in the different states where it is literally freezing. Hello, Kay. Welcome. Well, get cozy, get something warm and a nice warm drink, and we're going to get started in just a minute. I don't have my coffee today, but that's okay. I'll survive. I didn't have time to make any. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Welcome. Well, we're going to be doing a winter sign. I've had this sign from the Dollar Tree for quite some time now. And I'm dropping snowballs. I just always thought this was so cute, and so I really wanted to use this in a design. Hi, Penny and Donna. We're making a kind of like a winter snowman wreath. We are going to do the pancake ruffle style, and I doubled up on this gorgeous mesh that we're going to be using. Hello, Lady Rivers and Lori, welcome. Hold on one moment. Let me just grab something from over here. I got snowballs flying everywhere. So I have this gorgeous mesh. I've had it for a while, and I must have bought a whole bunch when it went on clearance because I have tons of it. And I really wanted to use it, and it's a little bit on the thin side. So what I did is I used my wood burner tool, and I fused together two rolls together to create one big piece. And I think that's just going to really showcase that beautiful foil in this mesh. So if you've never done that before, it's really easy, and if you look at like this, it pretty much fuses mesh together when you stack mesh on top of each other. And that's why the wood burner tool is so fun, because you can actually, that one's, you know, it's pretty much fused together with a few holes there. Hello, Donna. Welcome, everyone. And what's so great about using the wood burner tool is that you can fuse different colors of mesh together to create kind of your own special effects. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use. That's a wood burner tool. If you've never used one, I would highly suggest getting one if you work with deco mesh, poly burlap mesh. I mean, it's a must with poly burlap mesh, unless you're using the no fray technique, where I have some tutorials on that. But because poly burlap mesh will just fray. And so I highly recommend getting one of these. I always have them linked in my Amazon store as well as my YouTube shopping store. And you do have to use a tempered glass cutting surface. I have mine put away over there, but that's all you need. It's a very inexpensive investment, and I use it all the time. Lady Rivers, that's so great. I'm so happy to have you. That's so awesome to have everybody here and supporting me and my life journey and my YouTube channel. And if you're on here right now, just go ahead and give this live a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, just hit that subscribe button right down below. And that helps me as a content creator with my YouTube channel. YouTube will push my content out to more people. It's just like any platform, there's algorithms, and just like Facebook, Instagram, you know, the more you share, you like, you comment, all that good stuff, you're going to get pushed out. Your content's going to get pushed out more. And that's what we all want as a creator, is to get that content pushed out. And hey, Bonnie, hey, Angela, welcome. Nice to see everybody back joining me. I saw that there was some people waiting, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Oh, Angela, I'm not going to say his name very loudly right now because he is literally, I should have cleaned my glasses. I thought I had a little wipe cleaner. He has been, I call him lazy bones because he's been sleeping all day long. And so I just took him out. My husband just got home. And so I said, try to keep him out there as long as you can. Because I have a feeling since he's been sleeping all day, he's going to start coming in and acting up a little bit. But I will definitely, he will say hi to you before this live is over, I promise. Hi, Michelle, welcome, welcome. So we're going to get started. I have all my mesh already prepped, and every time I look at this mesh, it's so stunning. And with these two pieces fused together, I mean, you can really just see all those gorgeous colors. So excited to use this mesh. Like I said, I must have a lot of times I can't remember how long I've had it, or, you know, but I know that there's a whole like cubby filled with this particular mesh. So I'm sure it was on clearance out on Hobby Lobby some Christmas, and I just started grabbing it. Hobby Lobby, Debbie, it's in the Christmas section, not the regular mesh section. So we're going to go ahead and prep our wreath frame. I was originally going to do a raised wreath frame, and the more I thought about it, I didn't think that sign wasn't going to work with that. It's too narrow, and I need more of a bigger sign for if I'm going to do that. But we'll venture into the different wreath bases. We'll do the raised wreath frame. I always grab those two at Hobby Lobby when they're clearanced out in all the seasons. They usually have them in the Valentine's and fall. They just have different colors, and it doesn't matter because you don't really see the pipe cleaners anyways when you're done with your design. So always grab those. And we're just going to just venture into different wreath bases. We'll be working more, we'll be doing more with the more flowers, different petal techniques on the Unique and the Creek boards. And I just like to kind of use a little bit of everything. And then we're also going to do a lot more designs on the greenery bases, just the little cheap ones that you get from Michael's. I think they're on like $3.99 right now. I grabbed a few because they really are fun to work with. I never really worked with that much of that kind of base. I know a lot of creators, that's all they use, and they're really fun to work with. So I like to do a little bit of everything. So hello, cold and snowy. Hi, Lori, welcome. I hope Vito and Lucy are all snuggled up and nice and warm. Nice and warm. I love those pictures that you sent on YouTube. I kept thinking Lucy was like this little tiny dog. I didn't realize it was another Saint Bernard that is not as big as Vito, but definitely not a little dog. I think you might have said a little dog at one point. They are so beautiful. I do want to mention that you can, hey, Caleb's Mom Shop, welcome, friend. Hello. I love your work. Oh, you are an amazing designer, and you have such a talent and So happy to have you here on my live tonight. Welcome. Your Hobby Lobby has no Christmas stuff left. Yep, it goes quick, doesn't it? Last time I was there, I think there was 2 aisles that were emptied out. It definitely goes quick. So I always try to, if I'm going to get anything, I like to get it in the, you know, the beginning of when they first start putting it out. Okay, so feel free to chat. Oh, thank you, Caleb's Mom Shop. Welcome. That's so sweet. So just feel free to know, Kaden, you're right on time. I'm just yakking. I'm yakking. I'm gonna get to crafting here in just a minute. So feel free to chat with each other in the chat, and I will be crafting, and I will be, if you have any questions, throw those out, and I'll try to answer everything. If I miss something, I will scroll back at the end of the live and make sure that I get everything answered for you. So right now we're going to start prepping our 14-inch wire wreath frame from Dollar Tree. I use these all the time. It's a staple of my YouTube channel. So I always name my bars going from the out going in, and we're going to start loading this up and making it a working wreath form. So what I'm going to do is the first ones, I'm going to come under the 2 and the 3 under the crossbar, and I'm going to tie it off. And these are my only pipe. I have a bunch of pipe cleaners, but I realized that I need to stock up on some more colors. So these are just the really cheap ones from Dollar Tree, and they're going to work just fine. So I'm coming under the crossbar, under the 2 and 3, and I'm tying it off under the 2. Sometimes I repeat myself a lot, so just bear with me. That's kind of how I do sometimes. So this is a very easy one. This is probably one of my most popular tutorials. Everybody loves a pancake wreath, and it's actually turning out to be one of my most popular lives as well. So I thought, you know what? I thought the more I was thinking about what I wanted to do when I switched from that raised wreath frame, I wanted to definitely use the pancake ruffle with this gorgeous mesh, because it's just gonna, anytime I have nice, gorgeous mesh, I love to do a pancake ruffle, because I think it feel like it showcases the mesh a lot better in that technique. All right. Oh, thank you, Lady Rivers. I got these at a craft fair from my friend that does those. I meant to catch her. I was so excited. I went to another craft fair last weekend, and she's usually at this one all the time, and I looked all around for her, and then she wasn't there, and I guess something came up and she couldn't make that craft fair. But I love her earrings. I am all about cutesy and fun. All right, so we have those loaded up. And now we're going to come under the 3 and the 4, and we're going to come out that number 4 bar. I might actually, I think maybe I might move this, because we have, let me just see. We have this mesh doubled up, and I think I'm going to move it to this over here. So more on the outside. So bear with me. I'm changing my mind. I do that quite a lot when it comes to my crafting. I'll do that all the time in my tutorials. Like, whoops, sorry, I changed my mind. Let's do this. I want it to come out a little bit more to the outside, to be a little bit more fuller. I just feel with this mesh doubled up, it's going to be really thick, and so I'm just taking these off, just the ones on the outside. And I'm taking them under the 1 and 2 now in that crossbar. And trying to get it in the middle of the 1 and 2 when we're twisting. It probably wouldn't matter, but I just want to have it come out a little bit more on the outside here. Yes, I love cutie and fun. I'm still a big kid at heart. Okay, this will be... So does everybody have their Christmas tree up and all ready for Christmas? It's going fast. I'm like really trying to enjoy the moment, because I know from this time it just starts spiraling so fast, and I'm trying to keep up on my tutorials because I just want to enjoy the season. When you do this kind of stuff, you know, I do wreath tutorials and the seasons just start flying by so fast. I just wish it would slow down a little bit. I know I said last week that that was going to be my last Christmas design, but here I am. I figure this is winter, so it's okay. I'm not quite ready to let go and move on to Valentine's Day. What I'm not ready for is to put all my totes away and switch everything over and that kind of stuff. I don't want to be doing that right now. But I know the time is come where I need to do all that. Your cat's getting your tree. Oh my goodness. Oh, your dog knocked it over. Little stinker. Oh, that must be fun. A purple tree? No Christmas decor this year. You just moved to Texas. 1,600 miles away from our kids and grandkids. Oh, so you're not feeling it. I totally understand. It's different when you don't have the kids and the grandkids around with that, you know, that childlike wonder, and it's hard to get into it. I know. Like my kids they're still close by, but they're all adults now, so it's just different. It really is. It's so different. He's under the tree. Does he have his little bed under the tree? And I don't know why that likes to come off all the time. All right. Ooh, Kay Charlton, you had some snow. I've been seeing all kinds of just really great pictures that people have been posting with the fresh snow, and it just looks so beautiful. Barbara James, I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm just thrilled to have you all here with me today. Okay, so we have everything loaded up. I switched those outside ones, and those are under the 1 and 2, and they're just kind of twisted in the middle. These are coming off the 3 and 4 and twisting off the number 4. So now we have made our own working wreath form. All right, so back to the mesh, this gorgeous mesh here that we have. And if you just hopped on, I was letting everybody know. Hey, Patty, welcome. Woo woo, glad to have you. This mesh is cut into 30-inch pieces. So when you do your pancake ruffle, you want to get really gorgeous pancake ruffles. You want to have really long mesh. And I have this fused together. If you're just popping on, so you know, I have 2 rolls fused together into one big piece. You just stack them on top of each other, and you use your wood burner tool. All right, now I got to get it all straightened out again. And so I have the pieces all prepped, and I just want to point out that when you're this, I mean, this is how I do it. It probably doesn't matter, but I just get into these ruts, and this is how I do it, and this is what I like to do. So you always have one that the first half of the roll is loose and fluffy, and the next half is tight curls. I always save the tight ones for the inner 6. And I do the nice big loose ones for the outside. So I'm taking my mesh, and oh my gosh, this mesh is just incredible fused together like that, because it's very thin by itself, and I don't think it would have looked as nice if I didn't fuse it together. So yeah, Terry, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for supporting and my live journey here. And it's turned out to be so much fun, and I look forward to seeing you all every week. If you're new to my here live, I've told the story that I was scared to death to go live. I didn't go live for 2 years. My YouTube channel, I never showed my face. All you saw was my hands. I always knew that I needed to go live, but I was nervous. I didn't have, I don't have this, I don't have that. And you just got to rip that Band-Aid off and go for it. And it could turn out to be one of the best things you've ever done. So if you're on the edge of going live, I highly recommend you doing it, because it's so fun to connect with your community in this way. So if you don't like talking, then this isn't the live for you. Sometimes people think you're just crafting and they want you to just craft and that's it. And that's not how we work on lives. If you want to watch me just crafting, I have tons of video tutorials where, you won't hear me yakking like this. So I'm just happy to have everybody here. Okay, so what we're going to do, oh, you like my play button, Kaden? Thank you. I won a little YouTube challenge. I'm very competitive when it comes to these little challenges, and so yeah, that's my button that I'm going to use until I get my silver play button for 100,000. That's my goal. So we'll see how long we'll see how long that takes. It's took about, let's see, February will be 3 years that I've had my channel, and hopefully I'll be at 50,000 in February. So I'm hoping it's not going to take me 3 more years to get to 100. So that's why it's important to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, comment, then YouTube will think, oh, this content's worth pushing out. Let's push it out to more people. Angela, you need to do it, okay? I'm just here to tell you, you need to do it. People had told me that. I have a business coach. I have friends, other creators that go live. I mean, I've always heard it from everyone. You need to go live, and I just, I don't know. I always just thought, always made an excuse why I couldn't. I don't have the right camera angle. I don't have the right this. So my first live, and then you iron out the kinks as you go along. Because my first live, if you go see my first live, I didn't have a tripod. I didn't have the right camera thing. And I was trying to make something like this work, and it wasn't working. So I took this and put it in a step stool in the back, and I was dying when I looked at my first live, because you can see the step stool in the back, and I thought, oh my gosh. But you learn each live, you learn. So I just if you have any questions, just message me and I can help you out with that. I have a lot of these things that I use that are linked in my Amazon store. So, okay, back to what we're doing here. We're going to start on the outside 6, okay? So all I'm doing, I have these fused together, so I'm not even going to worry about tucking in the edge. I don't have to. It's all fused. Everything's nice. And it's nice with the stripes because you can kind of see your middle. And we're just simply, this is going to be really thick and pretty. We're just simply walking our fingers down the middle and making a huge ruffle here. I've never done one of these with the 2 pieces of mesh, so I'm curious how this is going to look. Woo! Now that is a ruffle. And we're going to place it in our pipe cleaners. So those of you that live in the snow and you have those storm doors, these are great wreaths because they'll fit in between on your storm door. Oh my gosh, now that is a huge ruffle. All right, so if you have the open ends, I just kind of overlap them. Can't even see where the other open, oh, here it is. Just overlapping them, and then you can't see any of those ends. So that is our first ruffle. And we're going to do that same thing. It's called a pancake ruffle. Now, normally I wouldn't do it with 2 of these. This is the first time we're doing it with 2 fused together. But it works great with, you know, you don't have to fuse the 2 together. I just wanted to do it with this mesh because it was a little bit on the thinner side. And I wanted to just really showcase this mesh. But yes, it's a very, very popular wreath, and it's super easy to make. And you can make it for any season of the year. And you can throw it together super quick. All right, we'll see you later, Kaden. All right, so the same thing. Hi, Laura. We're just going to walk our fingers straight down the middle. And you can always put a weight on the other side if you want, because it's going to curl up on you. So you can, or you don't have to do that. I'm trying to keep my mesh nice and straight. Go down the middle as best as you can. This doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact, as you hear me say in my tutorials. I just like to kind of maybe straighten it out in my hand, making sure everything's even before I set it into the pipe cleaner. Oh my gosh, this mesh. I know I keep saying it, but it's so pretty. I love the foil mat. The foil mesh is probably one of my favorites with all the sparklies. All right. So fun. Look at, we only added 2 pieces and look at how pretty it is already. I mean, that is pretty. All right, so I'm just trying to pick out the first half of the roll because I like to do my big loose ones on the outside. Yes, this is from Hobby Lobby. It's in the holiday Christmas section. I think it's usually a staple every year. I've had this from previous years, and I got a piece of hot glue on my mat, which happens, but I try not to let that happen because I use my silicone mat to catch those, but sometimes. This is my second mat, and I'm almost might have to replace this soon. You can see that I use 6-inch and 10-inch a lot because it's all grooved into the mat. All right, and you're gonna see how easy this comes along. Yes, Crystal, it's 30 inches. You want your pancakes to be nice and long so they make a big, beautiful ruffle. And you want to try to get it as close to the frame as you can. And that way it's going to fit inside your storm door if you have one of those. We wouldn't know about those here in California. All right, so we already have 3, and you can see how pretty it's going to be. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to go very good with that snowflake sign. I know, Terry, I do too. I've never done this with the 2, and I do like how full it is. I mean, because usually it takes that other piece of mesh to really fill it up. It's always so thin. Lady Rivers, how you've been feeling? Yes, yes, Lady Rivers. Well, when you're recovering from back surgery, so it's a good time to you know, do some research and figure things out, but it's yeah, that the bully and the rudeness is that's kind of part of the deal. You have to have a very tough skin when you're doing this kind of stuff, because you're going to get that. But, you know, how I look at it is, I try not to let it bother me, but sometimes it does. Yeah, you know, but you do have to try to just not let it bother you. And when it happens to me on Facebook, I just look at it like they're just helping with my engagement, which is just helping me make more money. So if you want it, you can be rude all you want then. Because usually when people come at me on Facebook, my followers will start, you know, talking to them and kind of standing up for me. So I just sit back and let them take care of it. But yeah, I've been pretty lucky on, there's only been a few. I guess I've had the trolls. I didn't realize what those were, but I guess it's just a very common thing. That's why you can have someone be your mediator, which helps. They can, because some of these messages are delayed just a tiny bit, and they can catch that kind of stuff before it hits the channel. But I've been pretty lucky. I've only had it happen a couple times, and they didn't say really bad stuff, but it was definitely some trolls. Yes, exactly, Terry. It's people that are, like you're saying, a coward, or they don't feel good about themselves, and yeah. So you just have to just don't let that stuff stop you or keep you from doing something that you want to do. Because it's out there on every platform. And you know what? You can just, well, you could just let them, you know, like I said, it's good for, it'll help your engagement. But you can always block and delete and report and all that kind of stuff. And I think I had some of my followers did that on one of the lives where they were saying some inappropriate stuff that I get kind of freeze up because I don't know what to say, but I guess it's just better just not even respond to those people. That is probably the best, because they want that attention is why they're doing it. Crystal. I love that. Well, you got to be careful with that, because you don't want to get reported, and that can happen. But yeah, it's hard. But like I said, I don't let it get to me anymore. If they don't like my stuff, or they don't like what I'm doing, then go follow somebody else. There's a million creators out here in this space that you can find somebody else that you like to follow. All right, so we're almost on. We got one more. I'm trying to get all the first half of the roll. And yep, we have them cut at 30. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. And I'm telling you, you guys do. You have my back all the time. I see people making comments, and my followers are right there to be like, I love it. I have the best followers ever. So grateful. So it starts getting pretty curly now. So I like to just, let's put that weight on there just to make it easier to make this ruffle. No, Lori. Every time you say that, it just makes me laugh and smile. Her husband, Carl, calls me the West Coast wreath queen. Oh, that's so cute. I just think it is so funny. See, no one messes with the West Coast wreath queen, right? Oh. All right. So, yeah, it's a fine line. You don't want to, you know, plus you don't want to go off on people because then it just is not going to look good for your channel. And I mean, but some people, they like, you know, there's certain ones that are very sarcastic creators and people like that. And they have a great following because of that. They like watching that sarcasm. And so I say just be you. You just got to be careful with things that you say because you don't want to get reported. Because Facebook is not very fast when it comes to stuff like that. And if you get reported, a lot of times you're going to get, if you're monetized, you're going to get violations and then everything stops. And that's not fun when you've worked really hard to make some money on Facebook or, you know, YouTube or whatever. And if you get reported, that's not good. Because they stop everything until they investigate. And they're not very fast when it comes to stuff like that. I've had some violations in it. And some are just bots. They're like not really, they're picking up stuff you didn't violate anything until they figure it out. You have to suffer as far as that goes. Okay. So we've done, look how fast that came together. I mean, this is like such a great, easy wreath that can be done for any season. And now it's going to get really full and thick when we start adding this inner row here. Crystal. Well, I definitely don't want to mess with you. Oh, thank you, Lily. So sweet. All right. Let's see. Just making sure I haven't missed any questions. Oh, good night, Lori. We'll see you next week if you're still here. I know it's kind of late for a lot of you with the different time zones. The Laura, it's a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. Those are the ones that you can still find at Dollar Tree now, and I always stock up when I go. Because there was one time where people saying they weren't carrying those anymore. Lori. Nope. I wish I had one. Hot date with my husband tonight, watching another episode of Landman. That's kind of what we're watching right now. Okay, so now we lifted up the inner pipe cleaners. And we're going to come on the inner ring now. And this is, it's going to start overlapping and really filling up. And it's going to start sticking to me too. All right. I think this is going to be really wide. I probably should have kept them where they were the first time. But that's okay. We're not going to go back and change it. Okay, so you just got to get those pipe cleaners up so you don't miss any. So now we're going to do the 6 on the inside ring. That's what I was trying to avoid, is with that doing the raised one, and now this is like huge. I almost feel like I should have done it the first way, because now I feel like it's kind of going, they're falling like that. And if I had it on the inside a little bit more, like I did it in the first time, it wouldn't have done that. But this should help hold it. It'll be okay. I mean, I'm going to try to overlook it. Tell him, yes, there are going to be a few balls in this wreath, okay? Oh. All right, so now we're just going to start going on this inner row, and it's all going to be just fine. Yes, Carl, we were doing a lot of we were doing an ornament wreath last week, so we were working with a lot of, there was a lot of ball talk on our live last week. Oh my gosh. We were having a good time. Uh-oh, I think somebody wants in now. I knew that was going to happen. He'll be in here in a minute. You'll start hearing him scratching on the door. All right, so we're coming in with this inner row now. Ah, I just lost that ruffle. Let's do that one again. And we're just walking our fingers down the middle. Yes, he's coming in. He's coming in, Lori. Well, I hear him. He's not, once he starts scratching at that door, then it's on. Then it is on. Oh my goodness. This is just going to be huge. Yeah, we had a good time last week. We have a good time every week. But I'm not going to lie, I was struggling with that sign. I was like sweating. It just wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. But we ironed out the kinks, and then after the live, I ended up, the next day I added a lot more ornaments to it as well. So that was definitely, that wreath is a labor of love for sure. It's not like a super quick one. But I've been getting a lot of just beautiful messages from people that are sharing their ornament wreaths that they did with me from my tutorial, and it just makes me so happy. So I was telling everyone last week that I opened up the community settings in my YouTube channel, and you can now share pictures with me. So I got to see all my doggy friends, and if you have any wreaths that you want to share with me that you made inspired by my tutorials, you can now share pictures with me on my YouTube channel under the community settings, which is a nice feature because people used to always want to send me pictures and you wouldn't be able to do it on YouTube. I'd have to have them go through Messenger, which is fine too. But sometimes if I don't accidentally save the picture, they're buried so deep in messages with all my automations. And I really want to save those because I'm going to share those with everyone as well. I know, aren't they gorgeous? I mean, this really comes together fast. Yeah, it's just a great go-to wreath. I mean, you can never go wrong with a pancake ruffle. I don't care if you're a beginner, if you're an experienced crafter, it is a great go-to wreath. And like I said, it's one of my most, it's probably, I want to say the pancake ruffle is, well, I've done a couple of them on my YouTube channel, but my Christmas pancake ruffle with that wood snowflake sign, that's my most highest viewed tutorial. That and my Dollar Tree Christmas ribbon wreath. It's between those two. And people love a good pancake wreath, and they love a ribbon wreath too, because they're just kind of like timeless treasures. Well, Vonnie, you will have, Lori, can you help explain to Vonnie how you sent those pictures? Somebody last week was explaining it, like you go here and you do this, but I don't really know exactly how that works. So I'm just putting them in the middle, and see, it overlaps the other ones, and it just starts making it super full and pretty. And this is the part, if you just did a single layer, if you think, oh, it doesn't look that full, it really starts filling up once you get this inner row done. Oh, I'm sorry, Lady Rivers. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so hard to go through. Losing, yeah, we've unfortunately been through that. We've lost all of my husband's parents. We've lost mine, and yeah, we've been through a lot of loss. So I know how you feel for sure. It doesn't go away overnight, you know. The other night, I guess, my great aunt Mimi was like my whole world. She was the one that inspired me with crafting when I was a little girl, when I'd stay at her place. And the other night, and I guess I was yelling out her name. I was yelling, Mimi. My husband said, Mimi, Mimi. And I was yelling out, Mildred Post, Mildred Post. And I still can't, I mean, it still just tears me up. And that's been like 15 years. Oh, yes, Lori. I got you. Oh, yeah, Lori, I was asking if you can help Vonnie explain how that you shared the picture on the community tab on the YouTube channel. Because she was trying to do it, and she needs help. And I remember somebody was explaining it last week, and I know you've sent me pictures of Vito and Lucy. I think there was a couple things you had to do. But there's a community tab under posts, I believe, on my YouTube channel. And that is where you do it. So I don't know. She'll be able to help you, Vonnie, but they got bad weather and they're losing some of the internet. Oh, there we go. Better left unsaid. Thank you. So, Vonnie, the community tab, what's on your mind? Along bottom gallery, click photos. Boy, that sounds complicated. Oh. All right. We're down. I must have missed a few because I know I didn't cut. Sometimes these get buried, so we're going to go through and make sure we have 6. I must have cut some extras. Wow. But look at how, I mean, my goodness, look at what a pretty wreath base that makes. So the only difference if we went on the other bar it would just be a tiny bit smaller. I mean, it really wouldn't. It'd still all be the same. With the 6-inch mesh, Patty's asking if I've ever done one with the 6-inch mesh. And yes, I haven't done like a wreath like this, but that's how I did my my pink candy cane wreath, is made with the pancake ruffle with the 6-inch mesh. And it was really fun, actually, to do. So I think that would be a fun... That would be a great idea for a YouTube tutorial, to do like a wreath like this with the 6-inch mesh. Because I get a lot of people ask me about the 6-inch mesh. And I try to give different... I have various wreaths and different techniques that I've done with the 6-inch mesh. And I love working with that as well, because there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with that. I got this, Lady Rivers, from Hobby Lobby. It's in the holiday Christmas section. And I must have wiped it out one year when it went on clearance, because I got a whole cubby full of it. That's how much I love it. So, if your Hobby Lobby has any Christmas left, you can, I would highly suggest to grab some of it. But it's a staple they have every year at Hobby Lobby. Yes, it's very full. That second row just really, really fills it in. So we have our wreath base here. I'm going to redo this one because it kind of separated right there, and that's kind of bothering me right there. So I'm going to redo this one. Bear with me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use this one. This other one that I had. Try to keep it straight this time. Hi, Rianne. Welcome. You have an 18-inch frame. Oh, you would probably need a lot. You know, I've never done a pancake one on the round one, so I'm not really sure. I think that would take a lot of mesh. But I would suggest making them very long. If you can always refer to that candy cane tutorial to see how long I did it. I don't remember, but you can do them like the same, 30 inches. Because the longer you make it, the nicer of a ruffle. And I would probably load up. I would probably do kind of the same way, but I would load up more. I would probably do another pipe cleaner in the center, if not two. That's probably what I would do. I would do one at the crossbars and maybe two on the outside, and then maybe add another one in the center, just to make sure you get some nice full coverage with that 6-inch mesh. This one keeps wanting to pop out right there. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Okay, let's try this and see if this is better. Because things start bothering me, and then it's like I can't sleep at night. I have to redo it. That little end was bothering me. Let me just try to get this back in place. Got to get it underneath the other one. But yeah, I think maybe I need to give that a try with the 6-inch mesh and see what it looks like for a smaller on a 14-inch how many rolls it would take. Okay, there we go. Now I can sleep at night. Okay. All right. That is looking big and pretty. Just trying to see this one. All right. Hey, Robstar Dallas. Welcome back. How you been? We've missed you. Doesn't he have the coolest name? Robstar Dallas. I just love it. Hello, Rayanne. Welcome. Well, if you're new to wreath making, I would highly suggest a pancake ruffle. You will just, it'll be so fun to make, and you can't mess a pancake ruffle up. It's so easy to do. And it's just a very, you can do it in any color, any season of the year. I would not suggest the two things. I'll just use one roll, and you're going to make a beautiful, beautiful wreath. So easy. And it's just a great technique. But welcome. You've entered a fun world of wreath making, and everyone is so supportive in the wreath making community, and it's just a great community to be a part of. And everybody has different style, different techniques, but everyone's super supportive of each other, and it's a really fun place to be. All right, so if you figured out that community tab, I'll be looking forward to seeing some pictures. I am going to show you one of my bows that we're going to do. Ooh, look how pretty that's going to be. See, I really want that mesh to hang out, and then we're going to do a bow, and then we're going to add, I don't even know if I want to add that much ribbon because this foil is just so pretty, but we're going to add some ribbon. So and then we also have some different things we can add as well. I also have some snowflakes. So, I mean, it's up to you. You can do so many fun things. So let's start with adding I like to add the sign first, and then I want to make a bow, and then we can embellish it as we need. Let me pull out my ribbon over here that we're going to use. I'm going to show you. Oh, there he is. I knew that wasn't going to last for this whole live. I'm going to have to let him in just a minute. All right, Lori, we'll see you in a little bit. Put their little snow boots on. All right, so I've had this. I don't know if you can really see it, but it is so pretty. It's got just like tons of sparkles. I got this from Costco. Hi, Turbo. Are you coming to say hello to everybody? Huh? You better behave yourself. Or not. It's not playtime right now. It's live time. Oh, he's gonna be full of it here in a minute. This I've been wanting to use for so long. I got this from Costco, and it just looks like snow. And then I found this yesterday. I was at Costco. They were all clearanced out at $4.99. I mean, is this not the cutest ribbon you've ever seen? We're going to use that. And then I have had this in my stash. We're going to use that. So normally I would add like some ribbon around it. So we're going to do a sample and see if we like it. I just don't want to cover up this mesh. This mesh is just so pretty. So let's get the sign prepped, and then let's make, hey, Robstar Dallas. Yeah, I got it trimmed. Yes. And he kind of did a hack job. So it's a little bit shorter. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, just a trim, but he doesn't go light on the trims. So I was like, okay, it grows out fast. I'm not going to let it bother me. Pam, I wouldn't say that, but thank you. I try, but sometimes I'm a hot mess. I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. So, okay, I got my hot glue gun heated up, and this is my favorite toy that I invested in for my business, and that was from all of you guys that suggested this hot glue gun. I was using this other one, and it was, anyway, I have this linked in my Amazon store as well as my YouTube store as well. Highly recommend it. I'm going to let that heat up. It has those batteries that you charge. So, I mean, you don't have to plug it in at all. Crystal. I could take a picture next door where all my overflow is, and I'll show you a hot mess. Oh, that's so funny. And this is only organized like this because in the summer I gutted this whole space because I couldn't even move. I literally could not move in this craft room. And so that is why I tried to organize in like the color of the rainbow. And so yeah, I look like I'm organized, but yeah, that was a whole week of just craziness. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since our sign is going to go right here, I'm going to finish off these two little pipe cleaners first, okay? And then we're going to prep our sign. See, I even have this drawer all organized, and now it's a hot mess. Patty Ann, yeah. I think all of us crafters, that's the norm. It's a hot mess. Every time you make something, you can have a whole clean craft room, and then as soon as you do a design, everything's a hot mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish these off, and I'm just going to twist them about a ½ inch or so. I'm going to cut them, and then I'm just going to just twist that down. I love using my needle nose pliers. These are a great tool to have in your stash here. Hey, Shannon, welcome. There's Shannon with Shannon Feelin' Crafty, one of my crafting BFFs. I love it. Welcome, Shannon. I hope you're feeling better. Your kitchen's organized, but the office not so much. Yeah. That one is, oh gosh. Yeah, that's kind of my goal for this new year is I need to get organized. I'm dreading going next door and organizing I thought I had everything organized, and it's all just a mess. Everything's a mess. I don't even know where my Valentine's stuff is, so I need to spend. I'm going to do it after Christmas because I don't want to get involved in all of that and miss the magic of the season here. Oh, he went on his bed, okay? Lady Rivers, so let's just hope he stays there and doesn't start wanting to tear up his bed and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, when I say next door is we live on like 2 acres, and we have a very small house, and that's where I'm at right now. And it's this, I don't even think this where I'm at is considered a bedroom. I think this was technically a closet. I'm not really sure. And then we have a mobile home, an extra dwelling on the property as well. So that's kind of where it's kind of mobile home / storage. And our goal for the new year is to replace that mobile home because it's a very old mobile home. And then I would move to the mobile home and hopefully have a beautiful studio. We want to get like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And that is my goal, and I cannot wait to, so when I go looking for these things, I'm going to be looking for oh, is that going to work for my craft room? Because I want a nice, you know, some area, and then I can really expand my business and not be confined to, you know, a small space. But that's okay. I'm good. I make the best with what I have, and I am just happy to have the space to craft in, because I never had my own space. So we have 3 boys, and so I never had an extra room or space. So when this was one of their, we made it into a bedroom, and as soon as they were gone, I was like, Mama's getting a craft room. I know, Lady Rivers. I just got water right now. I need my coffee bad. We probably could build on the land. I don't think that we want to go into all that, because the mobile home is permitted. And so it'd be very easy just to replace the mobile home. I know that we probably could, like, maybe make this place bigger. But I don't know. We're just going to replace and move everything that way. And then we can have this for the boys that I still have a couple that are home. They're not all gone. I mean, they go and then they come back. So, and then I was like, you can't have this back because I'm already established in here. Sorry. Because we've had 2 that went to college, and then, you know, there'd be a lot of back and forth. And then my middle graduated, and now he's back until he's figuring out, you know, what he's going to do as far as living. So anyway, yes, I need my coffee, Lady Rivers. I do. So, Crystal, when I say a hot mess next door, it's a hot mess. Okay. Focus, Holly. Focus. This is what happens. I have too much fun with you all, and then I'm not focusing. Okay, so let's prep the sign. Once again, look how pretty. I love it. I am so glad I doubled up on that mesh. Okay, so let's see here. Let's prep this. Yeah, nope. I need to get some for sure. And that is my happy time. Anytime I have my coffee. Bye, Lady River, or bye, Angie. We'll see you next time. Yes. Like having a store. It is like having a store. I always say I'm going shopping next door. I grab my little basket, get all my little stuff. I come back. Oh, I went shopping next door. Okay, so let's just get some, let's prep the sign so I can get this sign out of the way. Did I miss something? Is Angela taking a trip? I must have missed that. Rob Star Dallas, what have you been up to? We missed you last week. Okay, so what I want to do is, I think, I'm just trying to see where I want to attach this. We're probably going to have to do 4. I'm going to attach them on here, and then we'll see how that, how that works. I got a couple extra pipe cleaners here. So I'm just going to use some hot glue. And, oh my gosh, I love this gun so much. This is a game changer, I'm telling you. I had no idea those even existed until everyone was telling me. I was happy with my little Surebonder, that little one on the stand, but you'd have to keep taking it off the stand. And oh, now you're going to hear some snoring going on. And that, if you're new to my channel, that is my dog, Turbo. He's a pug. And I'm surprised he's sleeping because he slept all day today. All right. So we're just going to do this, and then I'm going to just put little pieces of felt right over the top there. That's usually how I attach most of my signs, unless I'm using the cable mounts on metal signs, and then I'll use a the E6000 glue with the cable mount. But the pipe cleaners always work good for me. And it's just a great way to attach, especially with the felt on top, because it just gives it that extra security. Oh, thank you, Lori. He is. And he gets told that all day. I thought, God, this dog gets made over all day long. Don't tell him. His head must be so big, telling him how beautiful he is and handsome, and he gets massages, and he is spoiled. He is spoiled rotten. I'm going to start looking into some doggy daycares because he needs doggy interaction. He got so excited. We went on a walk yesterday and he got to say hi to somebody. Head to your stash. Yeah. And then he's like, where is she? Oh, she's at Hobby Lobby. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have our sign prepped, and now we're going to add it. I'm still just on the fence if I want to add the ribbon on the outside. Let me let this dry for a minute and just see play around with it. Because with the pancake ruffle wreath, usually what I do is I add the ribbon in the pipe cleaners around the outside and the inside. So let's just add a little bit and see what it looks like, okay? And if we don't like it, we can take it out. And then we're going to make a big bow. And we're going to put the big bow right there. So the bow's going to be like the statement. And then we're just going to do some little embellishments. So if I would normally do, I'm going to turn this off to save the battery for now. Oh, I know. I hear that Better Left Unsaid, that you guys don't have you don't have all the Dollar Trees and the Hobby Lobbies in Canada. Yeah, they are a dream. Oh my gosh. The first time I walked into a Hobby Lobby, I could not believe it. I had never been in a store like that in my life. 40 degrees. Woo, that's cold. That is cold. Okay, so let me just cut some ribbon, okay? And let's just play around and see. I know I'm going back and forth because I'm a little undecided. And I almost feel like I want to make the bow first because I want to make sure I have enough of this ribbon before, if I try to make tails and all that kind of stuff. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our big bow first. I'm going to put this aside. We're going to make our big bow and attach before we do anything else. I know, I go back and forth. I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. So let's go, and we're going to make our bow, and I'm going to use this. Oh, I love this. I got this at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and it's just adorable. I almost want to go back and get more because they were almost wiped out, and there were $4.99 on clearance. I could not believe it. Oh, Crystal, so sweet. Okay, so Since I'm left-handed and I'm a kind of backwards kind of gal, I like to switch my bow maker to this side. I don't know why, it just works better for me, okay? And then we're going to, you can either use a zip tie and a pipe cleaner, or you can use some flora wire. So I'm going to, I love this Bow flora wire. I swear by it. I always have all of this stuff linked because I link everything that I use and that I love. So just so you know that when you see these things, I actually use these things. So I'm just folding it in half. What I like about the Bow flora wire is you can just pull on that and it does not break for nothing. You're left-handed too. So we are both in our right minds. That was my favorite left-handed joke. I love that joke. All right, so I think what I want to do is put this one first. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going, well, now this is directional ribbon. So first, when I have directional ribbon, what I like to do is, especially for this tail right here, I'm just going to do it in 2 pieces. I'm just going to make a long tail and then we can just trim it down as later, okay? So what I like to do is just go like this. Is do my tail separate. So I'm just pinching and grabbing. If it wasn't directional, I would just I wouldn't worry about doing it like that, okay? That way, our snowman, you could see all that cute snowman, okay? And you're not going to see any of this at all because it's all going to be covered up. And then once we hook it, we're going to trim some of that down. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make, first we're going to do, just trying to figure out which way I want it to go. I think I want it to go like this. So I'm going to put it on, and we're always, if it's one-sided, you want to twist it towards you. And I'm going, let's start with like 6-inch loops. And just give it a nice sharp twist. Now, and we'll do 6-inch. See, I like it like that, where they're, see how they're facing each other? That's going to work just fine. All right. So we have 6 inches and we're doing a sharp twist. The sharper you can get that twist, the better. And I'm going to do 3 loops on each side. Now you don't have to have a bow maker. It just makes my life easier. And I like to measure my loops, but you don't have to have one. You could do this in your hand as well. Yes, it can be challenging. I know. It sometimes it really kicks me in the butt. But you just give that one, you know, a lot of times you give that loop a flip and it solves your issues. But yeah, it definitely, I need to learn a lot more about the directional ribbon. But it is fun to work with. And this snow, oh my gosh, aren't they so cute? This ribbon is just making me happy. I love this ribbon. So I'm doing 3 loops on each side. Hey Debbie, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, friend. There's Debbie. She is in the house. All right, so we have our 3 loops, and now I'm just going to trim this just enough so everything's going to catch in our, when we tie that Bodabra cord there. And now I'm going to go to this other one here. And we're going to do long tails. We'll just redo these tails. You know, we'll curl them and then we'll cut them to the length that we want after we add it onto the wreath. Hello, Vilma Rivera from Puerto Rico. Welcome, welcome. Sally, oh, welcome. Yes, it is therapy. I mean, I always say crafting is the best therapy. And then I always laugh because people say therapy is actually probably cheaper than crafting. Oh, I can't wait to see it, Debbie. Oh, fun. I would love to see that. Okay, so now with our next loops, we're going to go shorter than the 6-inch loops, okay? So let's do these at 5 inches. Yeah, those Grinch trees are so fun. I already watched Grinch this year, and I was just belly laughing. Oh, that is the cutest movie. Ooh, this ribbon's pretty too. This ribbon's been in my stash for a while. I know, right? Therapy is cheaper. That's why I laughed. I want to make a meme or something about that, because crafting is definitely, it's a great form of therapy, but therapy is probably cheaper. As we all know, all of us crafters, how expensive everything is nowadays. It's crazy. So when you see people are selling their wreaths and complaining about the price, like, they're not the ones that are out there shopping for the ribbon and the mesh and everything that has just gone crazy in price. All right, so we did 2 loops at 5. Bye, Lady Rivers. We'll see you later. We'll see you next week. Now we did the 2 loops. And now we're going to come in with this fun 1.5 inch that I've been dying to use for so long. It's a little wrinkly right there. I hate to waste any of that. Oh well, I'll get over it. And gosh, this I've had from Costco probably 2 seasons, and I mean, it is to die for. I've never got to use it. Therapy is cheaper, but it doesn't. Yeah, you got that right, Patty. I know, when you see that 50% off, it's like, ooh, you feel like it's justified, right? Okay, so now we're going to go shorter with these loops, and oh, there's Turbo. I knew that wasn't going to last for that long. We're going to go 4 inches with these. Well, Lori, what I do when I sell them, I mean, everybody has their own formula, but what my formula is, I take the, oh, there goes Turbo. Turbo, come on, let's not get all crazy. What I do is I take the price of my supplies. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because Turbo's tearing up his bed. Turbo, no. I knew that was going to happen with him sleeping all day. I knew I was very limited on time. Turbo. Turbo. what I do is I take the cost of my materials, and then I figure, like, every wreath is different how long it takes. Okay, some are very intricate and they might take 3 hours, 4 hours. Some might take an hour. So what I do is I decide how much I feel that I'm worth an hour. Okay, so whether that be $25, $30, $40, I take that amount that I decide that that was what I should pay myself per hour, times how long it takes me to make the wreath. So, you know, if you're paying yourself $25 and it took you 4 hours, then for sure it's $100 plus the cost of materials. Say the materials were $50, that would be $150. And then say I have it listed in my Etsy store, okay? And if anybody that has an Etsy store, Etsy takes fees, and they take a good chunk, okay? So then I would allow myself maybe $10 extra on top of that for the Etsy fees. And then the shipping. I always would just, even though shipping can be way more than $20, I always would give like at least $20 for shipping. So in that case scenario, if I had a wreath that took me 4 hours to make, and I was paying myself $25 an hour, and it was $50 of supplies, that'd be $150, $160. I'd have it at $180. Now, if I was at a craft market, you wouldn't have to worry about the shipping and the Etsy fee. But that's kind of how I did mine. But I saw somebody, I think, Better Left Unsaid, cost of materials times, you know, some people have certain formulas that they do, but that always worked for me. And I don't, you know, if something takes a long time, I'm not going to just, you know, like that one angel wreath that I had on my YouTube channel, not the one on the heart frame, but the one on the carrot. That one is very intricate, very involved, very time consuming. And I mean, I had so many people that wanted to buy that wreath, but I was not going to sacrifice my prices, because you know, otherwise you're working for free, and who works for free? And to me, I was not going to. So you know, that was how it is. Either, you know, if you want to pay this price, this is what it is. If not, then here's the tutorial, and, you know, you go grab the $50 in supplies, and you spend, you know, days on end making this, and let me know how it goes. I mean, not to be mean, but I think people, sometimes they price their stuff too low, and then you're not making any profit. I mean, literally, you're not. Okay, so this one I'm doing 2, and then I'm doing this extra one right here. Henry won't leave him alone. The fuzzy hands. Yeah, don't ever sacrifice your prices. I'll give you an example. When I had, and I'm sure if you've been on here, you've heard me tell this story at one time or another, but this was just an example of not underselling yourself. Can you stop? Hey, stop chewing on your bed. If you tear up that bed, you're not getting another one, bud. I'm sorry, but you're not. Now I wish I need one more. No, I think that'll be fine. I'm trying to do it like that one. Oh. You know what? I messed up. I was trying to do it like my other wreath, and I should have done, darn it. Let's do this again. I'm going to take this off. I knew something was off. I was trying to do it like my other bow, and this one you need 3. So let's do this again. So I'm going to give you an example of, when I was selling my wreaths, I had 2 reels that went viral, and I was in this pumpkin phase. This one I'm going to do 3 loops. I only did 2 before, So I meant to do 3. I was having a little brain fart there. I had 2 reels that went viral, and this was when I was only selling my wreaths. I mean, I had my YouTube channel too, but my focus was selling the wreaths. And I had 2 reels that went viral on 2 different years, 2 different seasons. And when that reel went viral, the orders started pouring in. People were asking, how do I make it? Where can I buy it? And that wreath was it's very time. It takes a long time to make that wreath because I fuse every petal and, you know, making sure everything's just right and getting it shipped and boxed. And I mean, it's a lot goes into that wreath. It takes hours to make that wreath. And I was not going to sacrifice my prices. I just wasn't. And I had them priced, I think at that time they were $129.99 on my Etsy store. I'm making 3 loops, by the way. And and there was people that were like, you are crazy. You know, I can't believe that you're asking that for that wreath. And, you know, a lot of people were like just giving me a hard time, like thinking that was just outrageous. And I was not going to lower my prices because people had their opinion on what I should price my stuff at. And so, and when you looked on Etsy, there'd be other wreaths that looked very similar, and they were selling them at like $69.99 or something. And I thought, how in the heck are those people making any sort of profit selling for that cheap? And I stood firm. I did not sacrifice my prices, and I sold 54 pumpkin wreaths from that one reel that went viral. That's for one season. And then the next season, when that same thing happened, one went viral on TikTok, one went viral on Facebook. It was the first reel I ever had that hit the millions. And the same thing happened when the other one went viral, and I sold like over 50 again, another season. And still standing firm on my price, and they sold. Like I said, I wasn't going to sacrifice my prices. So that is my story for you, to not sacrifice your prices ever. Okay, I'm taking this off because that had a crease in it. And so otherwise I would have been working for free, you know, and that's not what we want to do, is work for free, because this stuff is a lot. I mean, not only to make your wreath, to ship it, to get it in the box, to buy the shipping supplies. It's a lot. So anyway, that's my story, is don't sacrifice your prices. Even though people were selling them for a lot less, which, like I said, I don't know how they were making any sort of profit. Okay, so now I'm doing 2 loops on each side at 4 inches. So anyway, that's a little fun story. And so it was literally all of September, from the morning I got up till 2 in the morning, every single day in September, trying to fill those orders. And I think that's why selling's just not for me. I don't push my Etsy store and that's why this year I did not push that wreath like that, or like, you know, to see if it might try to sell. There was no way I had the energy to spend all month making and shipping wreaths. And then it takes away from my YouTube channel. So that is the story I have for you. I don't sell like that anymore. I don't find the joy in doing that. My joy is teaching you how to sell and sell that wreath for $139.99 and make some money if that is your joy, selling things. So, and that is a very popular wreath, by the way. So if you interested in, yes, I'm talking about the pumpkin frame one, Debbie. That same one, 2 seasons in a row. And if you look on my Etsy store, you'll see all the reviews are the pumpkin, the pumpkin, the pumpkin, the pumpkin. It was crazy. And that's literally all it takes is one reel to go viral, and everything can change. You never know when it's going to hit. But I wasn't going to play that game this year because I did not want that to go viral, because I don't want to sell like that. So now we're just going to go to 2 inches. We have the 2 loops, and now we're doing the 2 inches for that center loop. Turbo's getting his bed taken away because he's getting all crazy with it. Yes, and that, I mean, that's great. If that's doing a few of each wreaths, that's great, yeah. But people wanted that pumpkin, so, and I was really into selling, so it's like when the order came in, I was exciting, and then it just turned exhausting. But yeah, I just put, I'll do a few in my Etsy store, and that's pretty much it. I only do certain ones. And I'll make some for my tutorials, and then I'll list it. But right now, my focus is my YouTube channel. And it's just, I had a lot that I should have put in there, the candy canes and all that. But I was too exhausted just to even do the listings and do all that work that takes to make a listing. But anyway, I don't want to discourage anyone from having a store or anything like that, because it's a great thing. It's just, that's not for me. Once I found the YouTube, the whole world of YouTube, that is what brings me passion. That's what brings me joy. So that's what I focus on right now. I just literally don't have time to do it all. So, anyway. Yes, if it went viral again, it would definitely, yes, Shannon, it would be, come to my YouTube channel. I wouldn't, when people ask me if I made it, I wouldn't direct them to my, or I made the mistake because I was getting excited. Everything was like ching, 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 ching. And that was exciting when you have an Etsy store. I never had that happen. And I didn't want to let people down. And that's where I should have drew the line and just had like 10, and that's it. They're sold out. But I would relist more, and then it just went a little crazy. Yes, Shannon, please. And that's what people said. If I had an assistant, we could have, that would have been amazing. We would have been whipping out those pumpkin things like nothing. But yeah. So anyway, the point is if you want to sell, make the pumpkin and start early, and people just love that pumpkin. Anyway, I'm yakking and I'm missing messages here. Yeah, I know people don't understand, but it's your business, and you can price things however you want to. Okay, so now we're taking this big old stack of ribbons off. I have my Dabber wire, and I'm going to just give it a good tight. That's why I like this wire. I have broke it before, but it took a lot to break it. It is super sturdy. I really love working with this. They have it in silver and gold, and it just does the trick. Okay, so now we have our bow. Let me just trim these things down. And we're going to fluff this out. We're going to add the sign. We're going to add some embellishments, and then we're going to, once we add these, we're going to figure out if we want to add the ribbon on the wreath or just not. Okay. Oh yes, Shannon had the same thing happen too with her cat wreath. I don't know if you guys have seen Shannon from Shannon Phil and Crafty, the cat wreath with the little kitty cats and the ornaments. She had that same thing happen last year. And yeah, you probably could have sold 50, right, Shannon? And that was my problem. I had a hard time saying no, and that's why I burned myself out. I should have just said no, I can't do anymore. But yeah, I remember that when that went viral and you were just, everyone was asking you about those cat wreaths. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lori. You are so sweet. I'm telling you, I have the best followers ever. All right, I'm bringing her out. This is called the fluffing. I don't really even know what it's called. Fluffing box. But I love this thing. I mean, what a concept. So simple. And it is heavy, and you can really fluff your bow out. I mean, I don't know who invents these things, but things that you don't need, but just, I like having it in my life. And then it has this little nail here, and you just wrap it so it holds your bow, and then you can just get it all fluffed up. All right, so I like to start with the bottoms, okay? So the top one is going to be our center. And then what I do is I bring, this is, I've done this bow tutorial too. So if you haven't checked it out, I do have the step-by-step for it. And this one goes up, that one goes down. This one goes down, that one goes up. I like to get everything just kind of spread out first. No, it wasn't the half moon. It was the full one. Yeah, Shannon, that was a crazy time. So crazy. And the thing about what Shannon did, which I could not believe that she did this and how time consuming it must have been. But you know how the cats are black? Well, she wrapped every cat with the yarn. Like, that must have took you hours, Shannon. How long did it take just to wrap one of those cats? I could not believe that. That's so intricate. And I always like, with my bows, I like to start at the bottom and do my loops first and work my way up. You got to show the loops who's boss. And this is the part that you just you got to take your time on, okay? If you try to rush fluffing a bow, it's just not going to, it's not going to work. Now, I still have to send you a picture of it, Shannon. The one I want to do is the half moon with the cats. I love that little half moon one. where you take the wreath frame and you cut part of it and make like a half moon, or you can do it with the grapevine too. It took an hour per cat, Shannon. Yeah, I don't. Crystal, I don't remember what it's called. I just know I have it linked in my Amazon store. Yeah, it's probably not called that. I'm not really sure. I call it the fluffing box, but I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm getting delirious. Oh, look at this ribbon. My goodness, I knew when I bought it, I wanted to do something with the winter design. So pretty. And then we have the little one in the center. And I could have done a third one on the 1.5 as well, like the one below it, but. And then you got to get the tails where they go too. Sometimes that is, give it a good just. That one likes to go that way. Did you sell some this year, Shannon? Because your post went pretty good. I mean, you made a few this year, didn't you? Yes, yes, Debbie. It's that one where they're reaching for like the ornament balls. So cute and so popular. Everyone loves cats. I mean, who doesn't love a kitty cat? You started it, Crystal, not me. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's our bow, okay? And now, let's give our well, we can do that when we take it off. I don't know how long we're going to do these tails. We're going to attach it first, and then we're going to cut the tails and do all that. You sold 4. Yeah, those are, people love those, Shannon. And I love this bow. Look at that. Woo! And then we'll make these tails look super cute and pretty. Okay. Back to the wreath. Focus, focus. And we're still deciding if we want to add some more ribbon in the wreath. That was, I don't think he heard the fluffing box part, but that was Lori's husband. I don't know if Lori, yeah, Lori, you're still here, right? Yeah, I've heard, Lori. I haven't seen it, but I've heard from my friend Debbie that's on here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness sakes. We're having too much fun. Okay, so, oh, turbo, my goodness sakes. Speaking of, I'm just deciding, let's just test it out. I hope I didn't make this bow too big. We're going to do that. That's why I almost feel like we don't really need that extra ribbon, but let's just play around with some and see what it looks like, okay? And then we'll get everything attached. And let's just see. I just want to see for the fun of it what it looks like. Because normally I would add ribbon in all of this. And I just want to see. I just don't want it to take away from that gorgeous mesh. So let me just do a couple samples here and see what it looks like. I get sidetracked, as you all know, so bear with me. Okay, so normally what I would do is I would do some little ribbon bundles. These are cut at 12 inches, and I would add them to these pipe cleaners on the inside and the outside. And we'll probably add some ribbon. That looks pretty. I just didn't want to cover up this mesh too much. So let's do that. Let's add the ribbon around the outside. And I think I'm just going to add this ribbon on the outside. So let's do that. Let me just get this out of the way. I want to add the ribbon before we add the bow and the sign. I promise we're going to get through this wreath. I know I get a little sidetracked and all that good stuff, but we'll make it happen, I promise. Oh, well, I can use my, I can do it like this, or I also have a measure buddy. We'll use the measure buddy on another ribbon here. It's a great little crafting tool. It's just like the fluffing box. It's something that you don't necessarily need because you can do it like this, but it makes life so easy. Turbo, I'm sorry. I know you're not getting attention. See what he does when he doesn't get attention for a whole 2 hours? He starts acting up. Because mom's ignoring me for 2 hours. Do it like that, or we have, where's my measure buddy? I think it's in here. Here it is. This I have linked in my store. It's from Unique in the Creek. It's called a measure buddy. And both sides come out, which is awesome. And we only need 12 inches, so that side goes in. You go to the 12-inch mark right there. And it has a little hook, and it just makes it super easy. I'm so glad I'm finally getting to use this ribbon. Oh, thank you, Sebastian. That's super sweet. It is my pleasure. Yeah, it's a great tool. I love it. Like I said, I do have it linked in my Amazon store. And it just works out so cool. And then what's neat about it, it has these little grooves right here. And you just slip your scissors in. And it cuts it right there. And it has it on both sides. So that's why these heavy duty scissors come in handy too. These are my favorite go-to scissors. And then that's it. Look at that. Look how fast that made that. And let's just go ahead and dovetail these. So we're going to add this ribbon on the outside, and then we'll add some on the inside too. We're just going to add ribbon. Normally that's how I would do the pancake. I would add them on the outside and the inside, then add the sign. I just was thinking it was going to cover up the mesh too much, but it's not. Oh, good, Beverly. Yeah, I have a lot of fun gadgets. I like gadgets. Like I said, things that we don't need, but just make things a little bit easier. And we got glitter everywhere. We're making a mess, so you know we're having a good time. We are having a good time. Oh, yeah, that would be great for crocheting with your yarn. Heck yeah. I was even thinking that would be cool for like a pom-pom maker, like a big old pom-pom, right? Because crystals are crocheter. You get it. I have it linked to my Amazon store, and I always leave the link to my Amazon store, and you'll find it in the description section of all my tutorials. I forgot about this. I need to see if I can link that in my YouTube store, but right now it's in my Amazon store under crafting supplies. Okay, let's see here. And let me take this back. Now we're going to start adding these ribbon bundles. I love this ribbon. So fun. This has been in my stash for a while, and I think it's so pretty. Now, I did cut off some of those pipe cleaners, so we'll see. We might need those to add some more. So I'm just doing my bundles, and we're adding them right there in the pipe cleaners. Let me get all these added. I know we got to talking, and I know it's getting late for a lot of you. Sometimes it's hard for me to stay focused on these lives. I get going in different directions. And then once I put them in here, I'm just going to finish off the pipe cleaners. So we can just have that step done. I don't have to worry about that. And that's where this needle nose pliers, I'm loving my needle nose pliers. I used to do those by hand all the time, and then I thought, oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier having something to grab the pipe cleaners with. Make red and white. You mean make one of these in the red and white would be really pretty. That's what's so great about this style of wreath is you can do it for any season of the year. Just switch up your colors, your ribbon, your sign. Turbo, really? Do your guys' dogs scratch on the door? Like, that's a bad habit, huh? I should have nipped some of these habits early on, and I didn't, and now I've created a monster. All right, so I'm just going to do that same thing all the way around. I think those look pretty together, and I'll play off the sign. Crystal. Oh my gosh, you crack me up. You're so funny. You definitely need to go live and do a YouTube channel. You would have people rolling. Oh my gosh, Turbo. That's the same thing I said when I came home with my ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I was like, oh, Merry Christmas to me. That was the last thing I needed was any more ribbon. I mean, seriously. But how can you resist at that price? Because, I mean, most of their ribbon is decent quality. I've had some that I did not like the quality, but most of it is good. I mean, this is beautiful, good quality right there. Oh, that is hilarious. And let's see, did someone ask about this? This is called a Measure Buddy. Measure Buddy. And the other thing too is, oh yes, I remember those days, Crystal. I think I told you the last live that I used to knit, and man, that there's a whole world of yarn. And if everyone thinks that the mesh and the ribbon is expensive, have you ever looked in the yarn aisle? Ooh, there is a whole world of ribbon, and it is not cheap. Then you'll have to sneak in your ribbon, right, Crystal? Sneak in your bags of ribbon. That's how I used to be. I used to hide my ribbon. Not like my husband cares, but I was obsessed. I was always at Michael's or in the ribbon aisle. Okay, I don't like, this piece was one of the wrinkled ones. See, that kind of stuff just bothers me, and I'm sorry that you have to bear with me through all of these when I get like this, but you know what I should do is, like, I'll just leave that. I'm going to try not to let that bother me. I'm going to leave that because one of my followers said that what she uses is a crimping iron, and it takes out the wrinkles from the ribbon, and I thought that is brilliant. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to try not to let that bother me right now, and I will just take out a crimping iron later and take out that wrinkle. Yeah, that's my famous, yes, Patty, I'm just joking. I don't sneak. My husband is so supportive, and he knows. He knows me. Yeah, I've done that one. Remember I told you about that? I already told you. Remember I got this? Because he notices everything. Oh, that's new. That must be a new. Yeah, I'm playing. My husband is super supportive. If it wasn't for him, there would be no Hollie Hobbies, because it has been quite an investment and a journey. Especially in the beginning when I wasn't making any money. And I was just at Hobby Lobby every other day. That was when I was trying to build up my Etsy store. And there was way too much money going out and no money coming in. That's when I almost threw in the towel. And I'm glad I didn't, because I just kept on, and then opportunities started opening up for me, and it makes it a lot funner when you can make some money off doing what you love. All right, so we added those, and let's just go ahead and add the 6 to the middle, because I know you all want to see that measure buddy again. And it works for the big ribbon too. And I like how it has this little thing right there that holds it. So we're going to do 6 pieces. So there's 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. I'm glad that's why I wanted to do the bow first, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough of this. My Etsy name is Hollie Hobbies Studio. And like I said, I don't have very much listed in there, but I still do have some things listed. I took out a lot of stuff, because now I just want to only have certain things in there. Like the things that I really would enjoy to make, like the rose wreaths. I love those. I think I have a couple listed in there. How long does what go? Oh, how long? Sorry, Patty. It goes 20 inches. Which is nice. I had this and I didn't even realize that the other end extended like that. And then I was like, whoa, that is so cool. All right, we're getting there. I promise we're going to have this finished here. Oh, look at, I did it without extending it. I'm like, why are they so short? You got a new song, USC Ribbon Shoe Rack. Oh, are you, I wish I had room for one of those, Debbie. When I get my, when we get our other place and I have a big studio, I'm definitely going to do the shoe rack ribbon thing. Right now I have rain gutters, and that's working for me right now in this small space, but I love those shoe rack converted to the ribbon holders. Are you loving it? How many did you get, Debbie? Because that's nice, because you can go like deep into it with your ribbon. I don't know why that always does that to me. All right, here we go. Okay, we're almost there. So we're going to finish adding these little ribbon bundles. And then we're going to attach our bow and our sign. And then see about embellishing it with some of the few things that I have. It might not really need anything because the bow is going to make such a statement. Oh, I didn't dovetail these. You'll have to send me a picture of it, Debbie, in YouTube so I can see it. I love the pictures of the wreaths that you sent in YouTube. They're so pretty. You have been busy. Crystal, what do you usually make for your crochet? Do you have a certain thing that you specialize in, or? You got 3. Oh, and 2 of them have wheels. That is nice. And then we're going to add on the other zip ties, and I know we cut those ones, so we'll just get a couple pipe cleaners and redo those. Don't want to break my measure, buddy.